Hey everyone, it's Kai from Kool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Fans Toys FT-13 Mercenary, aka Shrapnel. For all your Transformer needs, click the link in the description below to head on over to Robot Kingdom. They ship worldwide, so definitely check them out. Alright, so after getting the Fans Toys, Quakewave and Grenadier, that pretty much convinced me that Fans Toys is pretty much on par with Takara in their sort of G1 aesthetic and their overall design of these third-party Transformers. And getting this Mercenary pretty much solidifies that view because it is another fantastic figure. It does have its negatives, I guess, particularly in some of the transformation, which was a bit of a pain in the ass for me, but that's probably mostly my own fault, but we'll get to that shortly. The box, pretty standard Fans Toys style here, with a nice bit of artwork there and some info on the figure on the back, but I do like that they have everything boxed up in foam, which I guess adds to that bit of premium feel. Comes with the standard sort of Fans Toys bio card with that info there, which is very tiny writing, so you can sort of pause that and have a look if you want. And it comes with the instruction book, which in some cases was probably a bit more confusing than it needed to be, particularly for me anyway. I didn't quite understand what they were asking me to do in some spots, particularly with some of these areas. Yeah, how the arms and so on, how the insect legs sort of fold away and so on, it's not exactly clear. So it is a bit of trial and error. Particularly some of these parts here about how you sort of fold up the legs and make it straight and so on to push back in, so on. We'll get to that. The accessories that also comes with, similar to Grenadier, comes with these little tiny Energon cubes, which is I guess a nice display option. Comes with the translucent chest fold out piece, which is I guess a throwback to the G1 toy, which is a nice touch. Comes with two weapons, the chromed version, which I think is the G1 toy accurate version, and it also comes with the purple one that I've already got on his hand there, which is I think cartoon accurate. I'm not quite sure which one is more cartoon accurate. It's probably this one, but they're pretty much the same mold, except of course one is chromed, and the chrome is actually very nicely done. And then of course it comes with, similar to Grenadier, it also comes with a whole bunch of swap out legs. Now I think I'm not sure if these are the legs, but these grey ones are definitely the more cartoon accurate front and side legs, I think. If you sort of remember the cartoon, when he transforms, the legs are a grey colour, but by default the figure comes with these, I guess, more insect-like legs, and I've just sort of folded them away in that sort of manner, just because I think that's the best way to sort of hide it. I don't think it comes like that out of the box, but I can't remember how it actually came out of the box, but no matter about that. But that's pretty much it with the accessories. The figure itself has a really nice weight to it, similar to Grenadier. So these feet here, for example, I think are fully die cast and really nicely painted in what looks to be a very thick and sort of metallic sheen purple, which is really nice. There might be a bit more die cast in the lower legs here. This back section here does feel a little bit cold, which might mean that it's a bit of metal in there somewhere. But overall it gives it a nice sort of premium weight feel to it, which is very nicely done. But the overall aesthetic and design, I mean, you just look at that and of course it looks pretty much like you would remember the G1 cartoon Shrapnel to be. The chrome on these little pincer things here is also very nicely done. No major scratches or sprue marks that I can see. The only issue I had with these things at the front is that particularly when you do it the first time, folding these in and out is very tight, and I thought there was a risk of snapping some of these rotation joints here, but after you do it the first few times it's not too bad. So just go easy and not try and snap anything off. But overall, I can't complain about that too much. I love the sort of gold metallic sheen to the default chest plate, and you can fold it out, and you probably do need to fold it out, as I'll show in the transformation, where you just have to double check some of the tracks in here along with the arms to make sure the transformation is done correctly. The articulation, the head sort of moves all over as you would expect, with a bit of tilt as well, so you can get a bit of I guess more realism to the way they would show their expression, I guess. The arms, good angle of motion there. The elbow is on a double joint, so you can get a good range of motion as well in that, so that's pretty awesome there. It does have the waist swivel, which is nice, and the thigh swivel, and the knee joint. It is a double knee joint, so you can bend it from the upper joint as well, but mine is very tight and I can't seem to get it to move too much at all. So 90 degrees is more than good enough for me anyway, and I'll probably won't have them sort of running or anything like that. They would probably just be standing there like so. And of course it's got the ankle rocking motion, which I always love, and a bit of play in the ankle tilt as well. So really nicely done in that regard. I guess the backpack with all of the insect legs is a little bit big, just like I guess it was on Grenadier, but I guess there's not too much you can do about that unless you sort of have it parts forming and just pull that off. But overall, you can't really complain about that look too much. I'll just quickly grab Grenadier now, just for the quick comparison. And so this is what I guess Bombshell and Shrapnel will look like. And I guess if you just slap a proper tamped on Decepticon symbol and slap a Takara label on it, I guess no one would be any wiser that these are not official Transformers, because they do fit the bill with their G1 aesthetic and overall build quality. So I can't complain about that at all. Kickback, or I think they've called him Forager. I'm not sure when he's coming out. It might be in March now, considering it's the middle of February. And I have that on pre-order through Robot Kingdom as well, so definitely stay tuned for that. It does look pretty good too. But I'll get on to the transformation next, so just hold on. Alright, so the first part of the transformation is pretty much just closing up his head. I was always a bit worried that folding these down would scratch the paint off, but I guess there probably is just enough clearance, so I find it easy just to fold it in like that and then just hold that to make that out there. And then you just do the same on this side, and then just gradually fold that out and clip that in place like so. And then you pretty much have his top part of his head done like so. You then pretty much come around to the back here, and this whole back section here, particularly this sort of V-looking structure here, you pretty much just lift that whole thing up like so. There is a section here where it is pegged in, but you pretty much just lift that up, and then you just, the instructions pretty much tell you to just move all of these legs out like so, and then just rotate everything out to clear the back like so. And then you can sort of start moving those out to the side. You pretty much then just pull this whole section down. So there's the peg that I was just talking about before, and there's the little center hole there. So when you're trying to do all of the folding away to get it into bot mode, just make sure that peg is always in there, because as you move this around, it tends to pop out. So just be aware of that. Alright, the next step is these little L-shaped, I guess, sections on the side here, and you pretty much just pull them out. So if I can get that clear on camera, you just pull that whole section out and just fold it down like so, and just pull that out on this side and fold it down like so. You just need to make sure you pull it out far enough to get that clearance, and then you can sort of fold that section, the backpack part, out a bit more like so. Now this next part was the bit that confused the hell out of me initially. So the instructions pretty much tell you to fold that down, and then it circles these little track sections inside the chest there, so this horizontal section there, and then essentially it just says to has arrows going down and then across, and I had no idea what I was trying to get my finger in there and pull things down and so on, but essentially all you do is you just grab his arms here, and then you need to push them down, and so you'll see when you pull the arms down, you'll see a little tab on the inside come down with it. So there you see it come down there, and then you do the same on this side and you'll see it come down like so, and then you essentially just push his arms in. Now I can never remember if these were meant to be folded away, but if I just push them in, you'll see that the little peg on the inside there goes further in, and it's getting caught here, so I'm not sure if that's right or not, but I'll push it in on this side as well and you'll see it go in like so, and once those two things are centered, you're pretty much set on that part of the transformation. And once that's done, you just fold that up in a way, and you've pretty much done that part. And then it comes round to the back, which again confused the crap out of me about how to fold these arms. So I'll show you that in a close-up in a second. Hold on. Alright, so when you do the arms, definitely make sure that these little L-shaped things are actually rotated up. Otherwise it's always banging against the back of that, and you'll see that mine has a couple of little paint scratches on the silver there, because I kept banging it into there. So just fold them up forward out of the way like so. Now these arms, essentially what you do is you just rotate them out like so at the front there, and then there is another hinge here, so you rotate that down like that, and then you fold it up like so. And then once you have it like that, you're just meant to rotate it around, and you'll see that there is a little peg there, and there's a little peg slot just there. So that's meant to sort of fold in and connect in there like so. And it's just a matter of making sure the arm is fully pushed in, and then just fitting it in and futzing around with it until you can feel that slot go in. And so it should essentially end up looking a bit like that, and that should do. So on this side, I'll try and do that again, just rotate it out, hang on, break it out like that, rotate that around like so, bend that down, and then fold it across like that. Just make sure that's pushed in, and that slot, you just try and find that slot as best you can, and then that should do. Now I don't know if it pegs in all that well, it does tend to come loose a little bit, but you just have to keep your hand there, and essentially it will eventually stay. Right, the next step is you just rotate this whole lower section around, which will probably dislodge these arms, so just make sure they can peg back in, which you'll probably find that you're constantly trying to do that, and once those are rotated, it pretty much looks like that. Alright, so once you've done that, you then just fold these feet up like so, and you can peg these together like so, and then you pretty much need to start lifting these blocks up. Now it is a bit easier the second time around, but essentially when you lift this top section off, you're meant to, you'll know it's correct, and it might be easier if you just do it with them apart. You'll know it's correct when you just need to use that, there's a little hinge in there, and you'll know it's correct when you've lifted it up and it's actually parallel with the bottom part, not like that. The instructions seem to sort of just tell you to lift it up like that, but not to lift it up fully. So once you've got it up like so, you just need to make sure you've worked that joint all the way up so it's parallel like that, and then you can pretty much peg them together again, like so, and make sure those are pegged in again. And then you just pretty much start sliding these up. Let's see if you can slide it. You can tell I've had problems with this before. Oh, there we go. So you just slide it, and so as you slide it in, what you're doing is that this little peg here on this little thing will go into a little slot just on the inside there, if you can just make it out there. So just slide it down the bottom there, like so, and you'll see that you've got it correct if you can actually push it in and it lines up flush, which I'm having a bit of trouble doing. As you can see there's still a bit of a gap. I'll try and do it on this side. This one doesn't. Fuck. Almost took some skin off there. Oh shit. So sorry for the language. You just keep pushing that in like so. Make sure you can actually peg this damn sucker in, and just keep pushing in. It should line up somehow. Just hang on a second. Alright, I'll give this side another go, and that seems to have fit in a bit better, so you'll see that that has pegged in. I'll try doing it on this side without taking any more skin off. And that doesn't want to seem to go in. So you can tell there's millimeters in it, and that might be as good as I can get it. It seems to be okay. I don't know if it's just a matter of lining up something that I've missed, but this one just doesn't want to seem to peg in. Alright, so I pushed as hard as I could, and I ended up pushing on this foot here, and eventually it moved just that extra couple of millimeters and pegged in. So I'll leave it at that. These have come unstuck again. And then eventually you'll see back here the feet at the tip have this little round peg at the bottom, which you might be able to just make out. You just need to press it into a little circle down there. And again, if everything is not lined up perfectly, it might not go in. So I think that side's gone in. And you might just have to bend the foot a little bit. Which, there you go. I'm not sure if it's meant to sort of sit like that. But I guess that's as best as I can get it to actually peg that damn bloody foot in. Alright, so once you've done that, the next friggin' damn difficult part for me is to get this folded all the way down, and this part of the backpack here actually needs to peg into this slot at the bottom there. So I think what I had to do last time, you just need to futz around with these friggin' legs and just make sure you've rotated these joints and stuff in the right way so you can actually fold it out fully, which I think I have sort of done. I'm not sure which direction that's meant to go in. It can't be in that direction because then you can't fold it fully out, so it needs to be God knows, something like that. Yeah, alright, something like that. So at least you can fold the legs out the front or something. Ah, there you go. So those actually fold out the front. So that's okay. And then this bit here, I think you just need to fold it down far enough so that that can slot in, and I'm not sure if you just push it in like so. There you go. So you click it in with a click like that, and that holds that backpack section in. And the back legs, not in that direction. What have I done wrong? Fold it down like so. Right, there we go. So just rotate that joint down like that, and then fold that back. So essentially the back legs look like that, the side legs look like that to the side, and then the front legs, you just rotate those around. Make sure the base is flat and the legs are straight like that. And that is pretty much it for the alt mode, which is way more difficult than most of you will probably experience because I'm just terrible at these transformations. And mine's got this weird little gap at the back here because I probably haven't pushed it far enough in, as you probably meant to. So you can probably try and straighten things out and futz around with it. But I guess for mine, I'll probably just leave it like that. So overall, a pretty damn good looking alt mode. And you can just make sure you just have that on correctly. And the chrome work looks nice like that. So it does look pretty damn good. I'm not going to use the included screwdriver and unscrew all of these things. I'm not even sure where that screw is. Oh, there we go, at the back here. I don't think I'm going to unscrew those and put these on. I'm not sure how they would look with these in bot mode, because they'd probably be even harder to sort of hide. But I don't know, I might give it a go and post some photos up on the Facebook page, so I'm double check there in a couple of days and see if you see anything there. But other than that, that's pretty much it for Mercenary. Sorry the transformation took so damn long and was probably a bit more difficult than or it shouldn't be as difficult as my transformation made it out to be, because I'm pretty terrible at it. But hopefully Forager comes out within the next month or so, and I can complete these third-party transformers, because they are pretty damn good quality from Fans Toys. I do have their FT-13 spotter, otherwise known as Reflector, coming as well, so stay tuned for that if you can. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers, bye.